In this video, I wanted to introduce you to how you're going to use what we call Zybooks. And Zybooks is your online content, but it's not just a book, it's an interactive book. And I wanted to give you an example of how it works. So what you'll see throughout this course is some of my content. I might have videos, which ideally you're watching at the moment. Might have some reading, some additional reading, but there's always going to be, or not always, but most of the time there'll also be some Zybooks content. For example, here, and it says practice, and you'll see down here a link to that Zybooks content. And so if you were to click on that link, which I'm not going to do because unfortunately I am a teacher and I get a different link than you will as a student, but what will happen for you is when you click on this link, you'll be brought to the section that corresponds to the content that I'm providing for that particular week. And here is the content that I am providing for this assignment. So it says work through Zybooks section 1.1 Web History. And that's 1.1 Web History. You're taken directly to it. But what's unusual or great about, in my opinion, this particular online content is it'll give you a short amount of reading. So it's talking about some things. And then very quickly, it'll bring you to different participation activities, things for you to do to interact with the content. And when you're finished, then you'll have this chevron here to the right. And when you're finished with the content that they're asking you to participate in, you get this check mark. And when you get all the check marks for that particular content, that's when you earn your points. So let me kind of go through some of the different content participation activities you might experience. This one, for example, is just watching an animated video. There's 3 steps to the video. And if you click on start, then you see the video steps kind of take place. So it's animated. We're on step 1. You can pause it, you can speed it up, but you have to watch all 3. So when I click on 2, etc., and then 3, then you will get the check mark here in the chevron on the right hand side. That means you've completed this particular participation activity by watching all 3 of those animations. Then there's some more reading, some more content to but it's all short, so it's not overwhelming. And then sometimes the content the participation might be like this, where they're asking you to drag information down. So period when the web was first developed. So if I pull something down here, I'll get an immediate response. So I can't go wrong because I'll know right away whether or not I did it correctly. If I pull something down to this particular box, for example, it says, oh, nope, that's not correct. So I have the ability to make the changes and get all correct so I can get all the points. So that's that particular activity. A little bit more reading. This one has some multiple guess. So I'm going to guess this one. And if you guess or it'll give you immediate feedback and it'll tell you why you got it wrong or the correct answer or a link to the correct answer. So once again, I will make sure that I get all my points by making sure that, I did get it correct. So you'll always get feedback and you'll always have the opportunity to get the correct answer. So when you walk through these particular participation activities, when you're finished, then you will get the check mark. And again, there's a slide your answers down, some more slide your answers down. And then, unfortunately, again, this is a teacher's version and not a student's version, but there might be a time where I will have given you 2 sections rather than just the one. But this one was only a 1 section. It was only 1.1. I didn't ask you to do 1.2, but I believe with the students section that it says something like finished or complete or something like that. Unfortunately, I don't have it on mine, but I believe here you'll see something that says that you finished that particular assignment. So then you can go back and check to make sure you got all your check marks. So then just to be sure that you did get all your points, what should happen is when you have finished that section that was assigned for that particular assignment, if you come back into your grades and you click on grades, it should automatically populate that assignment's points. So this one was worth 1 point, and had I been a student and able to have it should be tied together for you. So you should be able to come back here into grades, look at the assignment, which in this one was 1.1 Zybooks Web History. You should have gotten the 1. So this is also a situation where you don't have to do it all at the same time. It'll remember your progress. So if you just read through half of it in the morning and you've got half of them, your check marks completed, then you can come back and your work will be saved. If you didn't get all the points, if you come back in here and you say, wow, I only got 1 point of the 2, then you can come back into the assignment, just click on it back in Canvas and make sure you go back and check your check marks. The very important part that I need to emphasize is, in order to get your points for the Zybooks assignment, you have to click on the link through the module. So let me repeat that. I can't get into it because I'm in student view. So let me put this on pause. So back in the module, let me kind of repeat this particular point because it's an important one. If you want to get credit for this assignment, you have to click on the assignment through this tab and work through the assignment from the clicked on link. If you get into Zybooks on your own, somehow, or you're exploring through Zybooks and you work on some of the assignments in Zybooks, but you did it via, like I'm clicking on here and I'm looking through some of the different things in Zybooks, which is perfectly fine. But if you do the assignments there, it won't automatically link to your points. So if you want to get the points, you have to do it through your link here. So I hope that's a clear understanding of Zybooks. I hope you like Zybooks and the fact that it's not just a bunch of dry reading. It is reading, but it's interactive reading, so you can participate and learn through activities rather than just reading dry book work. So that's Zybooks, and this would be an introduction to what is the web.